Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. And you can probably see that the market is blood red and people are in a state of panic again because they do not have the understanding about the market cycles and how it functions. So today in this video, you will understand how to become a great crypto investor, and at the same time, you will have the understanding of 4 years market cycle after each halving. So without wasting any further time, let's start off with the video. Alright guys, so before we start with the detailed explanation, you should have a higher level picture of how a 4-year cycle looks like. So it starts with the halving cycle, and after each halving cycle, we probably see a 1 year of bull market when everything goes parabolic and the price they start to move up exponentially. After the bull market, we see a bear market for 1.5 years where the price it tanks down by approximately 80%, and then we see some 1.5 years of consolidation when the market moves sideways, and then we have another halving cycle, and the same cycle repeats every single time. Now halving means the rewards given to the miners, it will reduce to half. For example, after adding a block to the blockchain, if the miners are given 6.25 BTC today, after the halving cycle the rewards will be reduced and they will receive just 3.125 BTC. Now let's dive deeper into the 4 years market cycle. So it started with the first halving cycle that took place in November 2012. After each halving cycle, as discussed, we have a bull market and we see price going exponentially high. So this was the 2013 bull run, and we saw that the market was in a bull run for 364 days, that is approximately 1 year, and it gave an approximate return of 10,000%, and this was the market top. After each bull run, we see a bear market, and this was how the bear market looked like. So we saw a correction of approximately 86%, and the bear market it continued for 406 days, which was approximately somewhere between 1.5 years. After the bear market, we saw some consolidation and the price was accumulating, and it was in a sideways market for 483 days, which is again 1.5 years of time. Now after the accumulation was done, we saw that the price it started to move up, and then we had a second halving cycle. And now let's talk about the second halving cycle, which took place in July 2016. We know that after every halving cycle we have a bull market, then we have a bear market, and then we have a sideways market. So it was the start of 2017 bull run, which took place for 511 days, and it gave us a return of 6800%. Now if we compare it to the last bull run, it took more time to make the top, and at the same time the returns it reduced to half approximately. Another thing, what were the positive catalysts for the bull run? There were two things. First thing, BTC and Ethereum CME future listing hype. That means there was a marketplace which was going to start the derivatives market for cryptocurrencies. Second thing was the ICO craze. There were a lot of tokens that were coming out in the market which were built on Ethereum blockchain, and we used to call them ERC20 tokens. So the hype of both the things, it pushed the market up. Now somewhere around this region we had the 2017 bull run top, and when it ended, it ended with the news from the CME group that yes, we are live with the derivatives market. Moving ahead, we again had a bear market, and this bear market it stayed for 357 days, and it gave a correction of approximately 83%. So the last bear market correction was 86%, and this bear market correction is somewhere around 83%, and this is something which is bound to happen. Moving ahead, we saw a consolidation, and again the consolidation was for 504 days, which is again 1.5 years time. So we can probably see a trend. The market it gives a bull run, and then we probably see some 75-80% correction for sure, and then the market stays in the sideways trend until and unless we see the next halving. And this is exactly what happened next. And now comes the third halving cycle, which was the May 2020 halving cycle, and again we saw a bull run, a bear market, and probably we will see some sideways market. So let's understand this scenario. So within this 2020 bull run, we saw that the market stayed in the bull run for 546 days, and it gave us a return of 700%. And again, if we see the trend, the time taken to reach the top is increasing, and the returns that we receive in each bull market is going down. Now what were the positive catalysts for this bull run? First thing was DeFi, second thing is NFTs and metaverse boom, and the third thing is we had a lot of projects related to play to earn. So all these three things, they acted as a positive catalyst, and we see a great bull market. Moving ahead, now we are into the bear market again. So we will expect the same things of what we saw in the history. So we will potentially see a crash of 75 to 80%. So if I mark the level from this top, and this is somewhere around $16,000. So if we go down to $16,000, it will be a crash of 76%. And this is my prediction that we can potentially end this bear market somewhere around $20,000 to $16,000. And this is something which we decided and we predicted in the last video itself. So now let's see how the market moves. And there are a lot of negative catalysts if I talk about in this bear market. We had the USDT backing, which was the Terra Luna case. We have the staked Ethereum and Ethereum debacking, which was on the Lido protocol. And then we see Celsius Network, 3AC, MicroStrategy, all the big whales, they are on the verge of liquidation. And even we saw 3AC liquidating one of its account yesterday in Ethereum. Now, what can be the future prospect and how can the market move in future? So if we go by history, if we check out all the halving cycles, probably we will again see market to rally and make a new high after the halving cycle that is going to take place. So this is what I expect. Here we will see some consolidation, some volatility within $20,000 to $16,000, and then we can potentially see some consolidation, the market moving in a tight range for approximately 1.5 years, and then in the next halving we can potentially see the price to go up drastically, and the halving that is going to take place somewhere around 2024. So let's see how it plays out, but this is something which history tells us. So if you had the understanding about the market cycles, you would know that the market is just doing what it should do. It's just repeating the trend, it's just repeating the history. So you shouldn't be in a state of panic, or you should not be afraid while you're making your investment decisions. You can probably see what is happening, but it is very, very important for you to take confirmations using price action, using your technicals, if you should enter into this range. According to me, $20,000 and $16,000 is a very, very good zone, but let's see what happens. We will enter only if we have some confirmation. So that is one of the reasons why I feel that the bottom is near, and this is something which can potentially happen in coming time. Now I believe that most of you would be confident about the market cycles, and even you will agree with me that it is a very good zone for you to buy looking at the history. But it is not so that you should take your entries just by looking at history, but you should always have your price actions, your technicals in place, because they will give you the best entry. And it's not that the market will always repeat itself. There have been instances, and you will see one example on my screen. This is something we tweeted today. So Bitcoin just dropped below the previous cycle high for the first time ever. So it has never been the case that the high of the previous cycle has been broken. And you can see this was the 2011 all-time high, and we never breached this level. This was the 2013 level high, and we never breached this level. And this was the 2017 market high. But this time we breached this level and we broke $20,000. Now this is something which we predicted before the break today on our Discord server at 10-11 p.m. So let me show you that. So this is something which me and my team, we posted on Discord, and you can probably see that, guys. This is my thinking according to my analysis that BTC is going below $20,000, and we posted this somewhere around 11 a.m. and after this you saw a big breakdown, because this is something which technicals told us. So even if you have a view, you have a look at history, it is very, very important for you to follow what the technicals are telling you. And you can see that BTC can go below $20,000, and Ethereum will break probably $1,000 level, and now this is what we see. And again, community made a lot of profits. So this is how we predict the market, boys, and we see that the prediction is going right again. This is time and again we have given the accurate signals, and I am very happy that the community is actually making profits and they are saving themselves from liquidation. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us in this video. If you feel that we are providing quality content, make sure you like the video and you subscribe to our channel for more of such videos. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.